How's it going, guys? This is Ericko here, and today we are gonna bring you the top 10 creepiest, disturbing Pokedex entries of all time. And if you guys want to suggest any other videos or topics for top 10s, comment that below, and I'm gonna have a section in my Discord in the description below. A section just for top 10 ideas as well. But without further ado, there's a lot of Pokemon on this list, so let's just get this started. Alright, we're starting off with number 10, Sliggoo. So its Pokedex entry reads as, it has trouble drawing a line between friends and food. It will calmly try to melt and eat even those it gets along well with. So the fact that anything as thick as Sliggoo could be so menacing is terrifying. One example is Sliggoo looks like a dumb slug, but it's a dumb slug that is so dumb it will kill you. So like, just imagine that. It's like insane, even if it loves you. Sliggoo is a monster, but it's a monster that doesn't understand its true horrifying depths. There is no reason with a Sliggoo because it lacks all reasoning and basic knowledge. Sliggoo could like turn on its trainer like if it like feels hungry or whatever, and it wouldn't even know it's doing it. That's the crazy part. You know, doesn't appear to be a easy digestion process either. Sliggoo doesn't just eat its friends alive, it melts them first. Melting them is the top 10 worst way to die. Alright, number 9. I'm gonna butcher this Pokemon's name. Yveltal? Whatever, I'm just gonna say it once so we could unpronounce it. Anyways, well, its Pokedex entry reads as, when its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing and turns into a cocoon once more. There's clearly some resemblance of a phoenix over here, but it's like when a phoenix is reborn, it doesn't take out everything with it, it just comes back. But this is like one insane, one-sided suicidal pact. So this Pokemon is like a serial killer. It takes everybody with it. It's true that it doesn't necessarily need to kill people or beings to revive itself, but it certainly won't spare them. This Pokemon is like a ticking time bomb. So the point of every Pokemon game is to collect every single legendary, every Pokemon out there, including every legendary, but I'm pretty sure this Pokemon you want to stay away from. Alright, number 8, we got Mimikyu. Its Pokedex entry reads as, its actual appearance is unknown. A scholar who saw what was under its rag was overwhelmed by terror and died from the shock. So the fact that whatever is under this Pokemon can actually kill you, that's like looking at Medusa turning into stone, another little mythical connection we got there. So like, we're just saying Mimikyu took the appearance from Pikachu because he saw that Pokemon was very popular and he felt so lonely, and he thought with that rag he could attract more people to him, but it was quite the opposite. Mimikyu just comes off a little too creepy. Mimikyu isn't just ugly, it's so extraordinary and tremendously ugly that it can cause screaming, death. Mimikyu's Pikachu impersonation isn't about being accepted, it's about luring potential victims into its metaphorical web so it can annihilate them. Number 7, we got Yamask. So his Pokedex entry goes as each of them carries a mask that used to be its face when it was a human. Sometimes they look at it and cry. So, we got a lot of Pokemon that used to be human, but this one is kind of creepy. It's like you die and then you become a human. Well, Yamask obviously isn't the first Pokemon on the list, like I mentioned, that its origins is in humanity. And the line between Pokemon and trainers is far thinner than many gamers like to realize. Even if Yamask is part of the recurring trend for the series, its story is one of the most compelling. It's a little bit more heartbreaking than spine chilling because we're looking for spine chilling, but we're also looking for disturbing. There is very little getting around that this strange squiggle of a pocket monster is continually floating around with its own dead face. There's nothing okay about that, man. That is just wrong. Alright, number 6. We have Parasect. Its Pokedex entry reads as the bug host is drained of energy by the mushroom on its back. They appear to do all the thinking. So, basically, this poor thing became, when it evolves, it became a zombie, a victim to a parasite. So, it's literally like, if I had to compare it to a video game, The Last of Us has to be that. Anyways, it's a killer fungus that exists in nature. Pokemon, however, did the same with one of their monsters years before The Last of Us. So Parasect looks like the cartoon hermit crab, the pet of many a beach-going kid. It's not a hermit crab, it's a poor soul who is controlled by a foreign tremendous fungus. Parasect does at least live in a state of ignorance. It doesn't have to live with the knowledge that it has a parasite right on its back. So that's the little benefit of that. Number 5, Drowsy. So its Pokemon entry reads as if your nose becomes itchy while you are sleeping, it's a sure sign that one of these Pokemon is standing above your pillow and trying to eat your dreams through your nostrils. Do you know how disturbing that is? It is ironic that Drowsy is his name is like Drowsy. It's like ironic because it preys on people, being drowsy and sleepy and all of that. Drowsy's crime, as it were, seems harmless, but in reality, it's just stealing dreams, which aren't exactly essential. It is the story surrounding it that makes it very, very creepy. Like, this Pokemon feeds causes insomnia, and it is like insane. Is Drowsy just lying indoors waiting for people in people's bedrooms, closets, waiting for them all to fall asleep and then just creep up on you? Well, you might have to find out. Check your closets. Number 4, Phantom. According to the old tales, these Pokemon are stumps possessed by the spirits of children who died while lost in the forest. It's obvious at this point that Pokemon franchise has a not so secret obsessions with death and child transformation or human transformation to go with. Phantom manages to take it several steps further. It's not just that the story of Phantom starts off like most creepy campfire tales. It's that discover it, you have to trap a phantom, the spirit of a terrified dead child, in a small ball, forcing it to fight. So that is like insane. Just think about that for a minute. Yes, according to the lore of the Pokemon series, like Pokemon fighting, but it's hard to imagine Phantom enjoying any of that fighting. Number 3, Banette. A Pokedex entry goes as a doll that became a Pokemon over its grudge from being junked. It seeks the child that disowned it. Any horror fan will know that a doll coming to life is a very bad sign. A doll coming to life can hurl projectiles and has the literal power to curse and hex, so you definitely don't want that around. So Bane is a nightmare on every level. And have you guys seen Annabelle? That just explains everything, or Chucky, or anything like that. So it's having a grudge on the kid, on the poor kid who's growing up and got over it. So be careful what you throw away and neglect. It can come back and haunt you. Number 2, Palo Sand. Its Pokedex entry goes as buried beneath the castles are masses of dried up bones from those whose vitality was all drained. Never judge a Pokemon by its appearance. Palo Sand is not a funny sandcastle. It's a terror that makes the beaches of Alola region like shake. So anybody knows that these beaches in Alola are so refreshing, amazing. Imagine going out for a vacation just to find out that you could have the living force being sucked out of you in the sand because you wanted to take a vacation in Alola. This will basically have you not wanting to go to the beach. So Palo Sand can really mess up your summer vacation. It's like a horror movie. Number 1, Drifloon. Story goes that it grabs the hands of tiny children and drags them away to the afterlife. It dislikes heavy children. Whoa, 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 whoa. It dislikes heavy children? This guy is discriminating about fat kids? Anyways, do you see how thin Drifloon is? So its little spaghetti arms can't carry that kid. But anyways, this monster is a proof that it is possible for Pokemon to be horrifying and hilarious at the same time. Drifloon is easily one of the most innocent looking Pokemon. It's straight up a balloon. However, obviously, that's just a facade for it being a literal skinny child murderer. There is so much to unpack. If you guys seen the recent Alola region anime series, you could see at the beginning a Drifloon holding the child's hand. I don't know if people caught that, but Pokemon did include that. So during the Alola League, that kid could have been lifted and we wouldn't have known because Ash won the Alola League. But anyways, what is the most horrifying Pokedex entry you read in a Pokemon game? Which terrifying Pokemon did we overlook? Did I overlook? If anything comes into mind, please comment that down below. And for any future suggestions, let me also comment that. Any other top 10s you want to see in the future. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, check out my Smash videos, check out my Pokemon Nuzlocke. And anyways, I bid you a good day. Peace.